All right. There we go. Let's see. We gonna do good today. Let's see. Let's get started. Something weird happened where it took my microphone offline. All right. Let's see. Oh no, it doesn't want to do my webcam. Let me see. You know what? I got a new webcam. Let's get this thing set up. How is everybody doing? Granted, I know there aren't any people in. Oh, there's one person in now. Welcome, one person. I'm going to get this new webcam set up so that it's ready to go, and then we'll get started with stuff. Actually, I wonder this might take a little bit more effort to set up than I would like. Ooh, I like this webcam though. This is gonna be a nice one. Okay, let me switch webcams actually to what's it called? There we go. Switch to that just so we can see stuff. Okay, so this is the new webcam that I've got. It's the Kayo Pro. It's just got, its little cables there in the back. Well, not the cables in the back. It's got the hookup in the back. Let's see what we got here. So we got the cable here to be able to hook it up, which looks like it hooks up to a USB. USB-C to USB. Beautimous. Has a nice little wrap me up cord. Alright. I wonder if it's going to be as simple as just plug and play. That sticks out super far. The cord sticks out super far in the back. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy, let me see. Face froze. Let's go ahead. Let's try this again. Oh, it's like it's trying to install something. Here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to turn off my webcam stuff. Although I'm surprised that the webcam itself isn't working. It's like it totally took it offline. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. USB video device. There we go. Now we can go ahead and kind of adjust that. Oh, that's nice. Let me see. So we've got some cool features here. Enable HDR at 30 frames per second for vibrant colors. Whoa. Keep things vibrant. All right, let me see. I'm gonna keep that resolution pretty low, and that'll make it so that it's yeah, that should be just fine. I mean, I'm not gonna worry about that right now though. Well, cool. I'm up here. Let's go ahead. I want to show you guys what it is that I was able to get done I don't remember if I did it during a stream or if I did it in my off time. Oh, cool. It even comes with a lens cap, so I can just like cap you guys. Awesome. In fact, maybe what I'll do is like it's got the little razor. It's kind of hard to see. And let's turn that that webcam business back on. And it's got their logo on it, so I might just go ahead and put like one of my stickers across it so that it's mine, because that could be cool. All right, let's see. It's up really, really high. I'm curious. Let's do something like this. That's a little bit better. A little bit more cozy. Yeah. Yeah, I could take that. It's like, just the thing is that like that's where the view was from. So let me show you the difference. In fact, let me see. Let's see. Do. Copy. Oh, it won't let me paste a duplicate. Let me see. Okay, let's do this then. We'll just add another source. Video capture device. Add source. Yeah, so that. Let's go ahead and turn off. The sound. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's giving me the echo. Shoot. Is it still doing it? It's still doing it. Shoot. Ah, I think I found it. Did I? Hold on. Am I still hearing myself? I'm still hearing myself. Good grief. Okay, how about now? Nope. Gosh. can't figure out what's going on. Let me know if there's an echo. Or if there are sound issues right now, because it was giving me some weird echo and reverb just a second ago, and I'm curious if it's because I had the sound on. So if you guys can kind of give me a little bit of a I might have to keep the sound off for now. I might have to do some tests to see what's going on with my microphone. Two skulls means bad? So I guess still has some issues going on. Oh, I totally made some changes to this. Let me see. Yeah, so one of the things that I went through and did, and I'll show you once I get this loaded up. Just gotta export it from here. Okay, so we've got this Z plugin, FBX, visible. Yeah, smooth normal's fine, that's fine. FBX 2016 is what I want. Export. I'm just gonna call it base mesh. It'll probably have the highest subdivision level active on the body itself. I don't know how many subdivision levels that is, but it's totally perfectly fine for me right now. because I want it to be higher resolution so that I don't have to worry about losing my subdivisions. Did it finish? It did. All right. Cool. Okay. Sorry about that. A little bit of a detour. Let's see. Oh, not load tool. Let's see. We're gonna say. We could say import, or we could go up here. I've always done the import through the FBX export import. So just gonna go ahead and hit that and wait for it to do its thing. All right. So as you can see, we have some pieces to fix. But she has subdivision, or she can have subdivisions. Okay. Sweet. I'm going to want to take the eyelashes, make them double-sided, so that way we can see them. And then with these pieces, we want to go through and say dynamic and turn that on. Let's maybe turn it on to a smoothing of 1. Let's turn on some thickness. 0.002 and 0.001 on this piece. Yeah, I'll leave it at 2. And then 0.002. And then we need dynamic thickness 0.002. And then we've got the piece that, like the wire piece from underneath the cup. Dynamic 0.002. And I'm going to go ahead and say display properties flip. So that way it's facing the right way in the very least. Alright. This has some moderately messy things happening right here. I'd rather have like these loops just kind of connect on through. Maybe we'll have to fix that here in just a second. Same thing. Let's go ahead and say turn on dynamic subdiv. I'm using my mouse. Why am I using my mouse? It's because my iPad's in the way. Do you guys still hear an echo in the voice? It doesn't look like there's evidence of an echo by what I can see on the on my OBS, but yeah, let me know, because it's like, oh, not 015. I need an extra 0 in there. Okay. That is quite a bit better. Oh, but her booty's following through. We don't want that. Let's see. Let's just fix this. To make sure symmetry is turned on. Good gravy. Just make sure that line has a good flow going around. Same for here on the back. I'm just trying to check my lines, trying to check my flow, make sure that things are as I would like or expect them to be. I'm actually curious if you guys can even hear me at all now. Hopefully it's hopefully things are going all right. Hey Chula, you look real nice first off. Second off, do you think you could do me a favor? Can you check and see like how the sound sounds on my stream real quick? Just on YouTube or on Twitch or wherever you wanna, or you can get to there on my website, or so many ways to enjoy. So many ways to enjoy. Okay, so it sounds like the sound's good then. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, alrighty then. So since I feel like that's working, I don't know why when I have desktop audio on, there's a whole bunch of noise even though nothing's happening. Let me see. I think today's going to be more of a troubleshooting stream than anything. Yeah, okay. So part of the issue that I'm seeing is that when I have desktop audio turned on, when I have desktop audio turned on, it's somehow sampling my voice twice. I have no idea what's causing that. But boy, it's driving me mad. I'm gonna have to figure out what in the world is causing it, and how I can go about fixing it. Because I'd love to have my background music going, but it seems like if I have my desktop audio on, it's going to be sampling my voice twice for some really odd reason. Let's make do without the tunes. Let's make do without the tunes. And let's just go ahead and make some changes. Let's start kind of playing with our model and make something good happen. I don't want to spend a ton of time today because there might be something to do today. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. This kind of boost. Bring the saturation like way down. Where's the contrast? Let's go ahead and let's do some contrast boosting. It's a little bit too much. Okay. it looks like the pupils don't have their own polygroup. Either that or they do. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's grab that color. We'll say RGB color fill object. She kind of almost looks like Scarlett Johansson or something like that now because of the color of the eyes or something. I don't know. We'll have to see what it is that happens. We need... I'm going to sneeze something fierce, but it doesn't want to sneeze. Good grief. All right. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get skin shade 4 applied to the whole model. Okay. So let's do this. We're going to say Z plug Z plug in. Let's fill the material. That way it gets the material applied across all the different subtools. Okay. So now we can start working. I want to block in some hair. So now if you remember, we have our magazine girl spotlight over here. She had kind of like this this Marilyn Monroe Vanity Fair magazine that she was holding up in front of her face. The model was. I kind of want to have the Marilyn Monroe do, but I also kind of want to do something completely different too. And I don't know, maybe this is just a matter of, you know, having this as the base and then being able to go ahead and move forward and do something different using the same base at some other point. Let's go ahead and replace the old thing. What I wanted to show you guys earlier that now I can go ahead and show you with the nostrils. I went ahead and I modeled in this little arch right here. It took away one of my loops up that goes up over the top of the nose, but I feel like that was a worthwhile sacrifice because what this allows me to do is this just allows me to better define the nose and the nose shapes. It's just something that that we have in our model at work that I've really enjoyed. And so I wanted to add that feature in here. It was a really simple thing. It was just a matter of collapsing 2 points together and then getting rid of the extra loops that were kind of coming off. Yeah, I wish I had either done that on stream or had it recorded, but I don't. So yeah, that's kind of where she's at. So let's go ahead and add in. Let me see. I'm going to say oh. Body. Let's go ahead and take this and we will say we'll get rid of all the subdivision levels, delete higher, hide it. This way we have this high resolution body, and then we have this low resolution body we can go back to if we feel like we need to at some point. And this way we have something that's essentially just keeping track of the file name, which still drives me nuts that that's a feature. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. So, there we go. We got that. Now, actually, let's make sure that we have symmetry turned on. I want to say insert, and I'll figure out later what it is that I want to do so far as order for this. But I do want to come in and make sure that she has a really cool afro. It could be cool. Let's go ahead. Let's start sculpting this out. I'm going to start by using my clip curve, just because it's a quick and easy way to just get some main silhouettes. And what's nice is that it also works in symmetry, so, you know, I don't have to worry about losing symmetry in any way, shape, or form. Or I shouldn't have to anyway. You see, there it goes. Okay, I'm just going to kind of pull this around. Let's start sculpt. Oh, we got to turn off our samples or spotlight projection. So that way we can actually sculpt on our mesh. Okay, let's go through. Let's start making this into something. It's too dark of a color though. Let's go ahead and okay, let's see. Let's go ahead, color, fill object, just to make sure that stays kind of what it is. The eye makeup is definitely too intense, so we'll have to do something about that at some point. But this is not that point. It sounds like the kids are watching Big Hero 6 downstairs. Awesome. Love that movie. Let's see, let's get some of this kind of... I feel like this might be the wrong shape for this. Let's see. Let's see if we can look up some Marilyn Monroe. See if we can get some views of her from different sides so we can just get kind of a feel for what the shape of this hair is supposed to be. I mean, she's got a few different do's. This is a pretty good little image. Thanks, Peter. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's, I don't know, it's, oh, this might actually be Ana de Armas, but I can't tell for sure yet. It's like all the pictures of Marilyn. Oh, there we go. That's a pretty decent picture right there. That's giving me a good feel for what's going on with the hair. So, less back. But I'm going to want to take it out of symmetry. And I'm going to, let's actually, let's carve in a part over here on this side. I'm just going to go in like really super quick and see what we can pull out of this. Yeah, so I'm hoping once I finish, that's kind of a fun shape, but it's not the right one, so we're gonna keep going. But yeah, anyway, let's see, spiral. Let's go ahead and smooth out that, make that smooth, less intense. Oh, that's why. I was like, why isn't my spiral brush working? It's like, because I don't have the spiral brush turned on. Numbnut. Okay. Okay, so we need to turn this into a Dynamesh mesh. See what we can get. All right, geometry, dynamish. Okay, that's way too low res, so we're going to need to up this by like at least double. Let's see what double does for us. Make sure there is no blur. Yeah, it's not high enough. Let's go to 512. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Shoo, shoo. Ah, good gravy. I'm all right. Let's make some magic happen. All right, let's see. Brush. Let's go ahead and say auto masking, backface masking. Okay, make sure we get some good volume behind these curls so that it feels more voluminous. I'm gonna smooth it out some. Dude, New Year's Eve. Man, what do you guys think? Howdy, Leonard. Okay. I swear I haven't been ignoring your texts. um, I need to respond to you. How's your trip up north? Did it go pretty well? There we go. Now we're starting to get some of those rhythms in here. Yeah, it's funny because like I thought I was going to get time to be able to finish the ornament, and ended up just right here. it's still at the same point of being painted. But at least he's painted, right? He's painted. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to keep him at this stage and maybe figure out something different for. Yeah, I'll figure out something different for the, because like making the bow, it wasn't really the most um I'll say foolproof, but I've got a cool other solution I'm going to use, I think. I don't know. Maybe I will use the bow because the bow makes it feel like they're just kind of hanging off of what's there. I don't know. Whatever. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But yeah, that's kind of where that ended up, and it's fun. I just gotta go through, make the present, and then make the hanging fixture. It'll be fun. It'll be good. You'll like it. All right. So with this, there's a lot of hair kind of penetrating through the face, and we don't want that. I do want it to feel like it's hanging in front of the face and that it's coming out of the top of the forehead. But it's definitely something that I need to kind of work out. Now it's definitely starting to look more like Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, so with the House of the Future, you went through and you modeled out that bow, right? That's something that you actually made yourself, if I'm not mistaken. Give this a little bit more curl. Need to give it more volume. Face camera is on. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to see her face. I can't blame you. It's okay. Yeah, let me see if we can kind of define some shape in here. For this stuff back here, I want to... Let's see if we can do something kind of like this. I just feel like it's looking more and more like Scarlett Johansson. Alright, let's get some more of this kind of shape in here. Let's commit it with some more Dynamesh. Let's see what's our... Oh. Yeah, let me see. I'm just going to try to like sketch in some of this hair flow, try to figure it out. Try to figure out some forms, try to sketch things in so that it feels like I'm getting a feel for what's going on with the hair. This is going to... Okay, I see something that I need to fix. This needs to come forward some. Create a little bit more of a forward motion with that hair. And then this needs to come up in front of the cheek. Okay, and you can see it's kind of like leading up into the eyes a little bit more. 199 tiny bows. I ended up modeling the bow because it was a pita to use a real bow. It was a pita. I've got to adopt that. That's hilarious. Oh, that pen's dead. I think it missed the trash can. $199 tiny bows. Oh boy. Get some of that. This definitely needs to have some of that as well. So we're going to bring this around. I'm going to actually get rid of this this bit right here. Let's get that and kind of pull it out. The hair's definitely going down too far in the back, so I definitely need to kind of pull this up some. So one of the things I'm going to want to do is I think I'm kind of feeling like I want to default back to that same sort of similar shape as to what I had before. I think I need to get more of like a, let's get a roundness back here too. I'm liking that. I'm liking this. I think this is going in the the curse of the Christmas ornament. But I mean, at least you have ammo for next year and the year after that and the year after that. And about the next 50 years, right? 199 tiny bows. Oh my goodness. But how tiny is it? Is it like, like the tip of your thumb sort of tiny, or is it like how big are those? Cuz depending on the size, I mean I might see if I could just steal one from you for your ornament. Hey Nini, what do you think of the hair shape so far? It's really rough, but I mean it's definitely not like, it's not gonna be super Marilyn-esque, but I want it to be kind of close, but have more of like a modern sort of shape to it, more of a dynamic sort of shape. That means it's not quite there yet.
Is that going to be the same face on the book face?
Well, so I think the idea for the magazine, for the cover there, is to have essentially the same face as the character. I mean, it's an actual Marilyn Monroe Vanity Fair cover, but it's held up in front of the model's face. Um, I mean, so in I think essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have the one character, right? Um, and um, yeah, essentially I'm going to have I'm going to have like one render that I'm going to turn into the magazine cover, turn it into a texture. Um, but it's just going to be kind of a, I don't know, trying to figure it out. I'm I'm fumbling with my thoughts and my words right now. I'm just trying to go through and think about what it is I'm trying to say. Like, dang it. Did you want to go to the event?
They canceled it
They canceled it.
because of rain. I mean, it's not raining yet, but they canceled it because of rain.
They canceled it.
Would have been funny.
Yeah, well, we'll have to figure out our own thing. Okay. That feels a little bit too clumsy right here. That feels a little bit better. Okay. I think one of the things I need to do, I'm going to change this angle right here. I feel like that's making it feel a little bit too, let's see if we can get this to to work nicely. Okay. Let's say infinite depth. Let's say curve. Let's turn on the Acu curve, and let's just kind of like build in a ridge right here. Let's kind of lower this a little bit here, but I do want to have some sort of ridge right here. Let's kind of pull that part over a little bit, maybe. It's like I'm trying to get a feel for what this overall shape should be. It's like it feels like if I raise it up too high, then it doesn't feel quite right. If I lower it too much, then it feels a little bit too round. Yeah, let's give it something like that. Maybe give it a little bit more lift here on this bit here. I'm liking that. I think that that's working for me, at least well enough for now, right? So let's see what we can do in adding. I mean, it's like I can't even see her ears now. Her like her earrings. I want to be able to see her earrings. So I mean, it's not like a big deal detail, but it's one of those things that I think adds to her femininity and just helps support the character. So I'm gonna try to keep that in there as much as I can. The broccoli sprouting. A ver. That's really bizarre. It's flowering. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Yeah. Alright. Okay, I'm not liking the shape of what's happening right here. So let's try kind of pulling that in a little bit. I want this to be the statement, right? Something more like I kind of just want to streamline some of these shapes. I think a lot of it's going to be kind of just checking it from all sorts of different angles to make sure that it's flowing in a way that feels good. Because this is going to be kind of an intense set of hair because it's short and it's got some curls to it. Now with the final hair, I'm going to be using XGen inside of Maya, hopefully, maybe. Um, hopefully, maybe. Um, so I don't need to worry about this being, perfectly defined. But I do need to worry about it being clean and for the forms to be nice and defined. So I'm going to try to pull this in. At some point, this needs to all feel like this is all coming out from the same spot. And I think technically it needs to kind of come from more the center of the head. So I'm going to have that wrap just a little bit. Let's go ahead and kind of smooth that out some. That's working a little bit better. It's feeling a lot more intentional. It's feeling a lot more defined. I'm curious with hair like this, though, how to make it feel like that's going pretty intense. Let's kind of pull it back some. Let's go ahead and kind of cut back on some of this in here so that way it's not penetrating the neck so much. Okay, let's see if we can get this going in there like that. See, I'm trying to push for some dynamic shapes in the hair, um, in getting like, I mean, you can see like there's like a swoop here and there's a swoop here, but it's creating this crescent shape, and then there's kind of an offset crescent. So I'm trying to get like this, like this flow, so that it's not all the same, so that it's not all. Here you go. I'm just trying to make sure that it feels symmetrical, not so much in the sense that everything's the same, but so that it feels evenly weighted, um, creating a composition with the hair. It's like this is easily like one of the trickiest parts of character design is getting the hair to feel right, especially when you're trying to design it in 3D. But it's so much fun. And you can see like with this bit of hair, there's like this part that goes up and over, and this part kind of goes kind of a downward slant just a little bit. Um, I'm just trying to find some of these simple shapes. And then trying to get like this this curve, and it's like this gentle curve, and then it's a harder curve, and then there's like almost like a little bit of a break, and then a reversal in the curve. Um, it's all about kind of trying to find these little apexes, and trying to find um, how we want to make these curves happen, how we want things to complement each other, straights versus curves, etc. There's so much, and right now I feel like this is maybe a little bit low, so let's kind of actually take this up just a little bit. So what I'm seeing is that if this was where it was, it's almost a little too even. So it's like this peak is happening a little bit too much in the middle between here and here. So by raising that up, kind of where we just put it, it's helping to create a little bit more of a dynamic element to the hair. Same thing here. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got like about a third of the way through, creating like this little peak, and that's where that change, that real change in the curve there happens. Okay, so far things are working pretty well. That's nice. That's nice. That's pretty nice. Okay, this little bit back here, we need to turn that on. Let's turn on some thickness. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. What about the shoes? How are Oh, look at that. It still has the creasing. That's so wonderful. I mean, you can tell that the straps need to be adjusted some, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's kind of raise that up just a little bit. And then we'll grab this. Make sure that's all selected. Oh, I need to make sure also that my brush, the AccuCurve, if that's turned on, it's going to create all sorts of weird peaks in the shoe. Oh. Make sure symmetry's turned on. I don't want to have to modify each shoe individually. That's just a pain and totally unnecessary. Make sure that we have the full volume of the subdivided foot. This makes it a little bit nicer to adjust to. Kind of go ahead and we'll make like a little bit more of like a peak here, and then a little bit of a kind of push this in here so it's a little bit straighter, right in there. Just again to give us a little bit more of like a transition, like a plain old transition there. Okay. One of the things that we're seeing in the concept, well, in the photograph, is that she's got a little bow here in the middle of her bra. I'm not a big fan, but let's go ahead. Let's try it out, just for the sake of saying that we did. I don't want that. Let's grab that select lasso. Control Shift A. So now we have the bow isolated. I'm just going to Control Shift D. Let's make sure we have that full one there, but we're going to come down here. Let's say Geometry, Modify Topology, Delete Hidden, boom. And we only need one of these, so let's just go ahead and select that, delete hidden. I'm just going to go ahead and take that up to the home spot. Let's bring it up to the center of the chest and rotate her around. Okay, so now to be able to make this work for this spot, I'm going to want to do a couple of things. I'm going to want to make sure that the bow fits more the shape that we want for this. I mean, I feel like this is much more of like a standard ribbon sort of look to it instead of like this nice little fluffy bow look. So let's see what we can do about this. Let's say poly groups, auto groups. And let's see. What is that piece? Oh, I know what that piece is. I was like, what is that? All right, delete hidden. What an interesting pose, having the piece of paper in front. Yeah, it's something that I feel like has been done before, but it's yeah, no, it's a fun thing. People use it in film quite a lot, at least so it seems. Yeah, let's see. Let's grab this, and let's say. Let's just kind of stretch it out maybe a little bit. I don't feel like it has to get too narrow. I don't want it to get too narrow. I kind of want it to keep a little bit of that volume because I feel like that's part of the appeal of the shape of the bow. But I do want it to kind of elongate just a little bit, and we're definitely going to elongate these end pieces here. Let's see. Let's. Just gonna pull this out some. And I'm gonna say, let's get rid of all the creasing. Uncrease all. Because I feel like that helps the ribbon to feel a little bit more ribbony. Just kind of smooth out the ends here a little bit, just so that it's not so rigid. Maybe not. Okay. Let's go ahead and say insert an edge loop there and there just to have support edges to support that shape. And let's go ahead and kind of play with this little center knot piece here. Okay. It's a little bit boxy. Come on, you. That's better. Okay, so now I want to elongate these pieces down here. Let's go ahead and hide that. Control Shift S. Let's go ahead and Control click down once and then let go of Control, but keep holding onto your cursor and boom, 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 boom. I like that. That's nice. I think that might work out. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we got to figure out fitting it into its place. I really kind of like that color too. I feel like that color works really nicely with that. It's like I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm probably going to have to sort out, especially once I get into materials and look development inside of Maya. Because yeah, I mean, it's going to need to have its own material, and the material with that color might not work quite well anyway. I'm in surround sound. That's hilarious. Yeah, it's kind of fun how you can put YouTube up on a television. I wonder if you can put Twitch up on a television. I don't know. I think Asfandiar. Not sure if that's pronounced right. That's so funny, Leonard. Awesome. I feel famous now. I'm on TV. Hey, mom. It smells like eggs. Okay, I just got to make sure this fits in with the forms. Oh, cool. I like it when I pronounce names properly. I feel like names are really important. Like in fact, my wife, when I met my wife, she has one of those like super unique names that like nobody else has. But I'd heard it, like a couple of times. I'd heard it a couple of times already before meeting her, and so it was easy enough for me to remember her name. I feel like that's one too low. It just feels like it's not quite. Let's try tilting it. Let's give it a little tilt. Because I mean, it feels like it's kind of organically placed anyway. So learning ZBrush, quite a ride. Definitely a ride. ZBrush is one of those it's insane fun. It is such a good ride, but there's definitely so much that you can do with it that it can feel overwhelming. So yeah, it's definitely quite the task to not feel overwhelmed when you're trying to learn it. It's like learning Houdini or Nuke or really any other piece of software too, because I mean there are so many options and so many tools and so many there's things that you can do. So it's tricky, but it's fun. kind of take this. I'm going to try to stuff it, kind of backing in a little bit. Yeah, I love ZBrush because of the possibilities that it opens up for me. I use it all day, every day, for work. So, I mean, it's funny that I go through and I use it also all day, every day when I don't have to work. But yeah, I use it for all my hobbies and my crafts and my fun stuff, you know, and um, so yeah, it's just it's such a fantastic tool. That looks pretty nice. It's cute. Yeah, creating UV maps in ZBrush, that's definitely not it's not going to be clean and it's not going to be super useful. So what I do is UV Master can be a good starter, a good starting point for UVs, but it's definitely not going to be the end all be all for your UV trips. So when I'm creating things inside of ZBrush and I need to do UVs, if I get it started in ZBrush, usually I'll take it over into something like Maya to be able to finish it out. And that's just kind of how it goes. I hate using UV Master. There is in fact, I think I have it on my YouTube channel. Let me see if I can find it. YouTube. Hey, no spare time with Smartest. Look at that. We've got friends. And conveniently just a yeah. Let me see. Videos. UV Master should be a T-shirt. Like I had to remind myself. Here we go. Let me drop a link for that in the chat. It's a very simple thing, and you can go through and do a whole lot to make clean UVs inside of ZBrush. But it's not the easiest tool for creating anything. It's really kind of yeah, it's just kind of messy. It's sufficient for a lot of other for a lot of applications such as like toys, collectibles, etc. But definitely not something that's like perfectly production ready by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, you're welcome to use something like Blender. I don't use Blender because I hate Blender. Yeah, I've yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip. Speaking of programs that are hard to get used to. Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. Everybody's got their preference. And everybody's got what they have access to. But the neighbors are probably wondering why I'm watching. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, but yeah, like so, whatever you have, um, options for what if you have access to Maya, I would recommend Maya because it's industry standard. Um, and in my opinion, it's a significantly superior tool. Um, in fact, let's go through and kind of straighten that out instead of rounding it out nicely. Um, Let me see. But yeah, anything that you can get access to. So if you can get access to Maya, I would use Maya. But if you can't get access to Maya because it's expensive or because you're not a student, then I would go ahead and use something like Blender because Blender's free. It's the right price. I feel like the nice thing about Blender is that it's free if you're not making a ton of money off of it. I think that there are some like studio licensing options or whatnot for if you're using it commercially and yada yada yada, right? But if you're using it for personal use, it's totally free. So it's nice. But things like Maya are insanely expensive. So with Maya, the way that I get Maya is because I'm an instructor. And so that makes things really, really helpful. Okay, let's go ahead and kind of define a couple of polygroups here. Cool. I want to define the tip of the nose as well. I want to define like a whole bunch of polygroups for this, but I'm going to probably just call it good at a few of these. Polygroups are so important. So we'll get this one, Control W. So, oh, you're nice. Blender teacher. Yeah, I'm a ZBrush Maya instructor, so and it's what I use at Marvel. So it's it's just kind of my professional tools that I'm used to. Let's see what we can get. Some good polygroup in here. And then auto groups. We'll hide this, Control W, and then we'll go ahead and grab the ears and Control W, so that way we have these. So yeah, so polygroups, let me show you real quick what we can do with polygroups. If I just Control Shift click on a polygroup, it isolates it. So it's really, really super quick. Really easy way to be able to select things. And you can also go ahead, if I hold Control with my gizmo turned on, hold Control, tap on that. Now I've got that polygroup selected, and I can move it independent of everything else. It's amazing. That's amazing. It's so good. Let me see. Let's go ahead. Let's define a polygroup for the top of the head. Or not necessarily the top of the head, but like, the head. Come down here like this. I had a little bit too much there. So yeah, by going through and designating polygroups, it allows us to kind of keep track of landmarks. So for instance, I like putting polygroups around the lips. And I'll usually also go through and create a polygroup for the top lip versus the bottom lip. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And just to make sure that I have the same number on the bottom, let's go ahead and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So now we have a polygroup for the top lip and the bottom lip, and this becomes super helpful for when I go ahead and start posing. I'm going to let's designate some for the arms because we're going to need it. And you go ahead and select that, select that. Let's go ahead and hide that. Let's go ahead and hide all the way up to this point in the arm right here. Control Shift S to be able to hide that. So Control W to be able to make those arms their own polygroups. And then, we can go ahead and we can shrink this down to about there. Make a new polygroup so that way we got the arms like upper and lower. The legs, we're going to want to do something similar. Control Shift S. One more. Control W for now, and we'll just leave that as that is. Big button? Oh. As if you're gliding. Yeah, I love the different shortcuts and using just the little tools that ZBrush has. The algorithm brought you? Wait, like somebody actually, like the algorithm benefited me? That never happens. All right. Okay, so there are some things that we gotta do so much on this. I don't have, let me see, 10:30. Let me see, how long do I have to? I still need to eat. Leonard, I had a I had a text drafted to you. That's funny. I had a text drafted to you and I didn't send it. I was like, "Oh, nice, welcome back," and I totally forgot to send. That's funny. Let me see. With the hair, I'm curious if I were to take this and this, just kind of make it more narrow in the back and maybe wider in the front. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We could play with that some. Hit save. Because, oh boy, if I don't. Okay. Let me see. I kind of want to start building out her shawl, her overthrow, or I want to start building out her chair. It's kind of funny. It's like I feel like she ought to have some sort of necklace, like pearls or something. It feels like that would work really nicely. I mean, I can't see this girl's face, but I don't know. I would think that like pearl earrings would work nicely on her, so that's why I gave my character pearl earrings. Um, I assume that like a pearl necklace would look good, even though it looks like there's obviously no pearl necklace. Um, use Marvelous Designer? No, no, I don't. I don't have access to Marvelous Designer. It's I when I worked at Warner Brothers Games, that was one of the tools um, that we had started using. But no, I've actually never super used Marvelous Designer. It's one that I'm interested in learning. It's one that I'm interested in using because it's super powerful. But it's one of those things that I don't feel like I super need to have. Um, let's go ahead and kind of pull this out just a little bit, get a little less overlap from these pieces here. Let's see what else we can do here. Hold on a second. Yeah, so I'll be sculpting the clothing. Um, that's what I've always done, as long as I can remember. All right. Oops. Move topological. Let's get this going on down here a little bit further. And that feels a little bit more. That just feels too long. I don't know. It's like that's just one of those things that I can't really quite reconcile. Let's go ahead and kind of shorten it up some. Let's go ahead and kind of pull this one back more against the base. Just see kind of what it is we can do to make this feel a little bit more natural. And granted, maybe it's just a matter of like the piece is going in too far. Maybe it's going up against her body too much. Um, but I don't know. I feel like that's kind of where that would end up being. I don't know. Yeah. Let's try shrinking it down just a little bit. Creative license, right? Indeed, Governor. Creative license it is. Creative license it is. Yeah, so let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Women's nightgown. Let's see. It's not quite what I'm looking for. Nightgown shawls. Oh, that's cool. A winter coat, it says. Yeah, a lot of these feel a little too much like robes. I want something that's like lighter, and maybe if I said women's silk um robes. I don't know that it's really quite silk though. Oh, this is cool. It's not what I'm looking for, but it's cool. That's pretty cool too. Um, yeah, because I feel like I kind of want to get. It's like I have all sorts of things on this that I want to work on, that I want to get to, but it's like I have things that I don't know. I don't know. I think I might want to just leave it for another day. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll save I'll save my progress. We'll get back to this a different day. Next week should be my first stream back on the Pixelogic channel for the year. Um, so that'll be fun. Um, let's see, brush, AccuCurve. Let's kind of pull this back in a little bit. That up. Pull this in. Do 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 do. There we go. That's kind of cool. Do I have a Discord? Do I have a Discord? I do indeed have a Discord. Um, in fact, if you're interested, I mean, I've got all sorts of links here that you're welcome to come and check out. Um, I'm trying to remember if I have a link in the if I have a link in my video description on YouTube, whether or not that's got a link to things like my Discord. But yeah, you just go ahead and you come in here, you click on go into the Discord, and it'll take you over. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty small little community, but it's there's some good active people, including Leonard, who's here today. Um, so yeah, there's that. There's yeah, different store resources. So I've got things like my course and some different tutorials and things. I have a base mesh that's available for purchase. Which at some point I'll probably go through and update this with this. Um, yeah, moving up in the world. Cool. I'm gonna call that good for now. Cause why not? There we go. There's our lovely little lady right there. Meet her ourselves. um, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day, and I'm gonna get going and maybe try to see if I can get some time between now and the next time I stream to figure out what her nightgown looks like, and it might have to be a matter of going through and designing something based on what I can see in the picture. which might not be too bad of an idea. I mean, I think I can get enough information off of the image to figure out what to make of it. Um, it's just a matter of making it. So yeah, I think we'll probably go through and do either something like that next week, or we'll work on refining the anatomy, like the hands. I want to go through and kind of plus out the hands so that they feel a little bit nicer. Um, I might tweak the face some. We'll have to see. We'll see what we get to. So have a great new year. It is the last day of the year. Make it a good one. Of course, depending on where you are in the world, if you're in Asia, you might be tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a good one. Let me know. Let me know if you have a great new year next time I see you. And gosh, I'll see you next time I see you. And until then, smartest out.